What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. Today is just going to be a quick little update on a few of the things that have come out about the Dragon Ball game within the past few days. We've got new cards, new product, and more, so let's just jump right into it. So first up, I want to talk about the new draft box called Dragon Brawl. This draft box is going to be different than the previous three draft boxes we've gotten. Instead of it being 12 packs of the current set and 12 packs of the newest previous set, this is going to be 24 packs specifically made for this draft box. Now, it's still going to come with 4 leaders. There will be 4 different leaders. I'm guessing it's going to come with 4 of the same leader. But this new set has a total of 280 cards. We got 60 common, we got 45 uncommons, 36 rares, 24 super rares. That's a good number of super rares. There's no SPRs, which sucks. There's no secret rare, which I'm not too big on anyways. And then there's going to be 10 campaign rares. So I'm guessing 2 for each color. Now, the interesting part is this is actually going to have 103 new cards. So no longer are we getting just rehashed product from previous sets that we already have that we really don't care about. So you're not just buying a draft box for just the leader and getting a bunch of extra crap you don't need at all, and just hoping you get an SPR to somewhat mitigate the price. This one is actually going to have, see, there's the artwork they're working on now, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and looks like Super Saiyan 3 Trunks behind him, but I really can't tell. And then 72 classic reprints. That is a really big deal because we're already getting some reprints with that pack that comes with the anniversary box that has like Sensu Bean, Flying Nimbus, stuff like that. Now we're getting more reprints. What exactly is going to get reprints? That'll obviously be yet to be seen. They'll give us more information as the box is closer to being released. But the idea of getting new reprints, hopefully with better art, maybe without even the text boxes, so we can see the art a little bit better. Hopefully they'll be foil. They'll have like a special foiling, kind of like the promos do. Anything like that would just be really cool. But getting reprints for some of the other cards will be neat. Obviously, not all of them are going to be as usable as stuff like Flying Nimbus or Sensu Bean. But if we can get reprints of some of our other favorite cards that are actually used in decks, that would be really cool to see. And then 103 brand new cards. So if we're getting all these new cards, is it just new cards completely for this draft? Or do they support other sets and archetypes we already have? I'm going to guess the former, just because if it's made specifically to draft, they'll probably just be... It'll be like the themed boosters, like how the Tournament of Power was kind of all about itself. You could play it just with that set alone. I'm guessing this will be similar, but of course you'll be able to use some of these cards with other decks and other archetypes as well. It's going to be really cool to see how this goes. I would like to participate in an actual draft format. I don't see that happening because, well, I'm not going to get into that with the store that we have. But it'd be really cool to see what kind of new stuff we get in here. Let me know what you guys think will be in the set, or what do you guys think about them doing it this way instead of it being rehashed old product. I don't see how anybody could complain or want it to be anything different. This actually kind of incentivizes you to get the new stuff versus just getting a box for just the one leader and then hoping you have something for trade fodder, because that's just not worth it. And this will actually promote you to like play in a different format and play with a different deck than the one competitive deck you're always using. I've seen some people saying already that they don't like the idea because then you're going to have to buy multiple boxes to get like the reprints or to get some of the new cards. That's no different than having to buy multiple boxes to get a playset of stuff from the main sets anyways. So I don't understand why get up in arms about it when you're already doing that for the other sets anyways. Then to go along with the new Draft Box 4 events, you get a participation prize of a Draft Box 4 tournament pack, which comes with 3 cards. Now the image I'm hoping is just a placeholder since it's a Miraculous Revival Power Booster set, which is pretty much useless at this point. The cards weren't that great to begin with compared to the first Power Booster. And then on top of that, they effectively killed most, if not all, Wish decks just because they got rid of Child's Wish. I'm sure there are going to be some wish decks here and there that are going to be viable, but for the most part, I think they're kind of dying out. I think people are just going back to older decks that have always worked, like Janimba and Broly BR, stuff like that. So I really don't see that being worthwhile. Hopefully that's not the case, and it will have different cards. It does say now designing, so like I said, hopefully that's just a placeholder. And then first place gets these blue Gogeta sleeves. Not really a big fan of Gogeta. The art looks nice on him, but Gogeta has been severely overplayed ever since they made the Broly movie and decided to make Broly and Gogeta canon. So I'm kind of getting tired of seeing him, to be honest. There are other characters, not even just me being a Vegito fan, there are just other characters that you could kind of highlight and, do a little bit more with, whether it be Gotenks or Gohan, some other characters do exist in the franchise. So, let me know what you guys think about the draft packs. Do you think they're actually going to make them new cards? Now, they are making the entire draft box new cards, so I don't see why they wouldn't. We could get new cards instead of it being just reprints like the previous boxes were. So who knows? It might actually turn out to be a very worthwhile box to buy. And I'd love to see some more draft events pop up. Then we've got some new product coming from Ultra Pro for the game. We got play mats, we got deck boxes, we got sleeves. The designs are pretty solid. We got the Kefla one, which I don't know. I'm not a big Universe 6 fan, and Kefla to me was just overrated. But for all those Universe 6 players, I know you guys are going to love that design. We got the Family Kamehameha with Goku, Gohan, and Goten. Pretty dope looking, although I'm not a super big fan on the whole Family Kamehameha, because that was from one of the Broly movies, which just wasn't very good. But the design looks solid. The Vegito, on the other hand, just looks amazing. The mat, the colors on the mat just really stand out. The sleeves look really awesome, and so does the deck box. I'm hoping the deck box isn't of kind of like the thin, cheap plastic quality, but it'll probably be like the deck boxes we've got, and they're just really really flimsy, so I'll probably stick with Ultra Pro deck boxes, or even like the Boulder deck boxes that I've been using. But the designs are pretty cool, and it just shows that we're getting more and more support for the game if we're getting stuff from companies like Ultra Pro now, and Bandai seems to really be expanding what they're doing with the game to get us more product, which is nice of them, despite the fact that they don't handle it the best. Then lastly, while not related to the Dragon Ball Super card game exactly, I did want to touch on this for a minute. There has been news of the Dragon Ball GT manga continuing. I know that they had it's kind of like a one and done for it years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And of course GT came out over a decade or so ago. But if they're bringing back GT to finish the manga, what does that mean for GT as a whole? Obviously, GT was never canon to begin with, and it would really conflict with everything that's going on in Super. But does this mean that GT could make a comeback, or that some elements from GT could find its way into either Dragon Ball Super, or definitely the card game, since the card game touches up on everything GT from Heroes to, or everything Dragon Ball from Heroes to GT to, whatever, Xenoverse. So we could get more GT support just from whatever happens in the manga. Now, is the manga going to follow the same story, plot, and elements as the anime? I don't know. I never read the original one, and to be honest, my memory of GT is slightly fuzzy as is. But, I don't know, do you think that GT could have any impact, this new iteration of GT could have any impact on the Dragon Ball Super storyline? Because with them bringing Broly into the light, it's possible. Broly was never canon either, and they did take Broly and Gogeta and twist them into a new reincarnation to then become canon and become part of the Dragon Ball Super story. So it is possible that we could see stuff like Baby or Dr. Mew or General Rildo becoming a part of the Dragon Ball Super storyline, instead of it being like this alternate timeline event, or whatever you say. But I know some of you really hate GT. I know some people really love GT. I'm kind of indifferent towards it. I had things I did like about it, but overall it was just lackluster. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this could have any impact on the game, or even on the Dragon Ball Super storyline in general? Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video. As I said at the beginning, it was just going to be a short update to get some news out to you guys as soon as it was available, and to see what you guys thought about this. Personally, I think the new draft box idea is going to be phenomenal. Getting people in my area to participate in a draft, though, probably not likely, since half of them want to be just competitive tryhards, and then that results in playing the same thing over and over and over again instead of trying something fun and more enjoyable. Kind of makes me miss the old Yu-Gi-Oh days when draft events at pre-releases were just, abundant everywhere you went. But I think it'd be a good thing for this game, and having them have new cards instead of the rehashed old product is going to make them sell a lot better and make them more desirable towards players, both casual and competitive in general. And what do you guys think about GT? I know a lot of you hate GT. Do you think GT is going to make a comeback with this manga? Are they just riding off of Super's success? I know there's some things about the Dragon Ball Super manga that hasn't hit the anime yet. So could GT somehow tie into that? Are they going to try it? Or is GT just going to be a non-canon thing that's just kind of for the fans only and will never have any interaction with Super's plot at all? Obviously, it'll have an impact on the card game, so we can look forward to seeing more GT characters like Super Saiyan 4, probably Pan, and the Machine Mutants, stuff like that. And maybe at some point we'll see the evil dragons from the end of Dragon Ball Super, or the end of Dragon Ball GT, in the Super card game, but that has yet to be seen. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here now, and we'll see you guys in the next video.